Hello, scholars. In this video today, we're going to practice adding two-digit numbers. So, just like last week, we're going to work through some problems together, and then you're going to get a chance to do some on your own. So, before we get started on adding things, we're going to review our place value. So, let's get started over here, and let's look at the problem with our cans on it. One day, Jack found 27 cans to recycle. The next day, he found 15 cans to recycle. How many cans did Jack find altogether? Now, knowing our word problem clues and strategies, we're going to circle our numbers just so we don't forget them. And then underline our question. But before we get to our question, we're going to look at the place value of these different amounts. So let's start with question number A. Circle groups of 10 in the picture of 27 cans. So this one right here is the one that has 27 cans. Let's circle the groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's one. And this looks the exact same, so we have the same amount, so that's another 10. Now this one, can I circle it yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, because it only has 7, which is not 10. So there are how many groups of 10 did I circle? 1, 2. 2 groups of 10, and there are 7 ones in the number 27. Now let's look at this one over here. And let's see, I'll change up my color. This one over here has 15 cans in it. And it says circle groups of 10 in the picture of 15 cans. Now, none of them look like these big stacks of 10, so I'm going to have to start counting and circle when I get to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There I get to 10, so I need to circle everything that I just counted. And now let's see how many I have left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Not enough to circle yet. All right, so there are how many groups of 10 did I circle? I circled one group of 10, and then there were 5 ones. So the number 15, there's 1 10 and 5 ones in it. How many 10s are there in all? So if I was going to look at all of these and look up how many 10s are there, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have 3. And how many ones? Let's see, let's count these because we didn't circle these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 ones, which I know can be broken down into 1 10 and 2 ones. So how many cans did Jack find in all? So I know I had my 3 10s, and then I had one more 10 right here, so I have to make 4 10s plus 2 ones is going to be the number 42. So as we go through these, we're going to be using some different ways that we can add to get to the answer with two-digit numbers, and you can try to figure out which method you like to use best. So let's look over here where it says find out more. You can add two-digit numbers in many ways. Here are some ways to find 27 plus 15. Oh, that was our problem from right over here, and we used one way to do it, so let's figure out what other ways we could do it too to see if any of those ways make more sense to you. So right here we have our 10s, our unifix cubes making up 10 and then our ones. So we have 2 10s and 7 ones. Let's count those up. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. It's correct. Now we have 1 10 and 5 ones. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we know that when we combined all of those, that we got our 3 10s and 12 ones, just like we did with our picture over here. Now, we can also look at it by adding to the next 10. When we've talked about this before, we've talked about using our friendly numbers. So right here, we can go to the next 10. So we had 27, And we know to go to the next 10 because there's a 7 in the ones place that we need 3. So we have 30. Now we have 30 plus 10 because adding numbers that when we count by tens, it's easy. So we have 30 plus 10 is 40. And then we have 2 left over to make our 5. And so it's 40 plus 2 equals 42. Now, we can also break it apart and add our tens first and then add our ones, like in the 20 plus 10 and then 7 plus 5, and we got 30 plus 12, and then adding those together to get 42 right here. So let's look down here for the problem that says show 2 ways to add 49 plus 26 and see what ways we want to do it. So we need to show 2 ways. So I want to start first by using the base 10 blocks that we did up there. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need to draw 6 big lines for our tens. Let's see, count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. And now I have 9 ones and 6 ones. So I need to draw all of those. So count with me as I draw. Let's see. We're going to do stars for our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now how many do now I need to draw 6 for that other one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's see how much that is. We know we have our 6 tens. I'll put that down right there. Now let's count up our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 ones. And then I add those both together and I'm going to get my 75. I could have also done this by writing, I'll do it in a different color. I'll do my second way because remember this problem told me to solve it 2 ways. I'm going to do 40. And then I'll do my plus 9. Do my 20. Plus 6. 40 plus 20 is 60. Plus 15, and then it's going to equal 75. Okay, so let's work through a few more problems to make sure that we got what we are learning. So over here, let's read our problem first. So we're going to put right here. Oh, that's right where we are. Before lunch, Maria read for 38 minutes. After lunch, she read for 45 minutes. How many total minutes did Maria read? So right here, we have under picture it using our base 10 block. So it's 3 tens for the number 38 and 8 ones plus 4 tens and 5 ones. And we equal those up. We got 7 tens plus 13 ones. So let's count those up piece by piece to make sure that they put them all right there. So let's count up all of the tens that we have right here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. Now let's count our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 13 ones. Now over here under model it, it has you adding the tens and ones like I chose to do in the previous problem. 30 plus 8 and then 40 plus 5, and it kind of cut it down the middle, so you did your 30 plus 40 and your 8 plus 5, and then totaling that together would be 83. And then on the model it, this one is using making our friendly numbers like we've talked about before by making the next 10. So for 38, you need 2 more to make the next 10. And then you add your tens together because those are easy to do. And then you have what you have left over, which is a 3, and add that to your answer to get 83. All right, so let's go over here. Now, when we go through these, I'm going to tell you to pause the video so you can try to find your own answer before I tell you the answer. So we looked over here at picture it is what it's saying to do. And what's the total number of tens and ones? And we had 7 tens plus 13 ones. Now, I want you to pause it and see if you can figure out how many tens and ones are in the number 13. So think about what's going to go into these blanks. All right, you should be in pause now. So we're going to do 13 as 1 10 and then 3 ones, or it is 10 plus 3. This should be super easy for y'all. You all are rock stars at place value. All right, now down here, you're adding both of the tens together. So we had our 7 tens right here, but we had one more 10 right here. So that was 80 plus 3, which then gives you 83. And now right here, you can pause the video and explain to somebody, maybe your brother, your sister, your cousin, your grandma, your mom, or your dad who's home, and explain to them, go tell them how you added it. All right, let's go down here to the bottom. It says, Mr. Dane has 17 pens and 37 pencils. How many pens and pencils does he have in all? Show your work. All right, I want you to pause it now and try to solve this problem and then unpause it to find the answer, to check your work. All right, now if you're listening, that means you've paused it and tried to solve it on your own. So I'm going to do 10 plus 7, and then 30 plus 7 to get 40 plus 14. Now that's not going to be 44 because I can't forget about this 10 right here. So it's going to be 54. Okay, so now we're going to learn another strategy to do this. One we already know we've kind of been doing all along by using our quick drawings of our place values. And then the other way is going to be using a number line, which we use at school. Remember, we have the big number line up at the top of the wall that you all look at and your smaller ones inside your notebooks. So we're going to look at these two ways and see how drawing it and using the number line can help us solve two-digit equations. So let's get started with our problem. Let's read it together. There are 48 students on bus A and 43 students on bus B. How many students are on both buses? So it's wanting us to add 48 plus 43. And right here it has us doing a quick drawing to draw it. See, that looks like our drawings that we do with our long tens and our one stats, and it looks just like the place value, our green place value cubes as well. So it drew the 48 and the 43 and then put them all together. Now, the way that this has it putting it together is at 48 plus 43, and it's trying to find what makes the friendly number. And we need 2 more to make that 10, so it's taking 2 from over here, leaving us with just 1 right there. So let's count up all of our 10s right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we just made a 10 right there. So that's 9. See, we cannot forget that we just made that a 10, and then we have 1 left over. Now, it also has us using a number line down here. So I'll change my color so that we can all see where I am. So I'm down here, and it has us using a number line. So I'm going to start at 48, and it has us jumping first by 2 to get to our next friendly number, 50. And then it has us going all the way by 40 more. So it's going to go 50, jump all the way to 90. We could also mark it up by going 60, 70, 80, 90, knowing that each of those humps is plus 10. Let's do that again. Let's go from 50 to 60, 70, 80, 90. And now we just have to add one more, and we got to 91. So let's go over here where it's having us to put in this information. So why do we add 2 to 48? To make our friendly number. Exactly, because friendly numbers are easy to work with. So let's put this in here. We are going to have 2, so we did 48 plus 2 to get to 50. And then what we did there, we had to take it away from that number, so it's 2. So 50 plus 41 is 91. All right, now this is why do we jump 2 spaces down here? To make it a friendly number. It's easier to count by 40 when you have a 0 in that ones place versus when you had a number in that ones place. And if you add up all of the jumps, so if we added 2 plus 40 plus 1, we should get 43, because that's how much we're adding to 48. And then the answer is down here at the bottom where we landed. All right, so down here, we're going to answer this one together. Let's read our problem. Sam drives 39 miles north. Then she drives 28 miles east. How far does she drive altogether? All right, so if we want to make friendly numbers, I know that I can add 1 to a 9 to get to the next 0. So 30 plus 1 is going to be 40. But then that also took this down by 1 plus 27. So it's going to be 40 plus 27 equals 67. See if you can draw out this problem on a number line on a sheet of paper. All right, we're going to work through 3 more problems together, and then you're going to get to do some practice on your own. So let's do this first one all together down here. Let's read it. Bailey sold 59 flags at a parade. She has 37 flags left. How many flags did she have before the parade? So she had 59 flags. She sold 59 flags, and she had 37 flags left over. And we're finding out how many she had before the parade. So I'm going to add those 2 numbers together. So I'm wanting to do 59 plus 37. Oh my goodness, those are 2 big 2-digit numbers that are tricky to add. So I'm going to choose to break it apart and do 50 plus 9, and then break this one apart and do 30 plus 7. All right, 9 plus 7 I know is 16. 50 plus 30 is going to be 80. And then I have to add those 2 amounts together, and I get 96. See if you can solve it any other ways. Now up here, so we've moved on to this one up here. Now we're going to read this problem together, and then I want you to pause it and try to figure it out on your own, and then come back and see if your answer was correct. Corey used 47 blocks to build a tower. Then he used 28 more blocks to make it bigger. How many blocks did Corey use all together? So I'll help you out before you pause it. We're going to be adding those 2 numbers. So we're going to do 47 plus 28. And now I want you to pause it and try to solve it and then come back to me. All right, now if you're watching now, it's because you've already tried to solve 47 plus 28 and you want to check your answer. Now I'm going to solve this one by, let's see, making friendly numbers, and I'm going to do my drawings to help me. So I'm going to draw my 4 big things. I'm going to draw one, let's see. I'm going to do stamps, stars again for my ones because that's easy for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to draw my 28, 1, 2, and stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if we're making a friendly number, I want to try to make one of these groups of ones into a 10. So over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 3 more to make this a 10. So I'm going to put 3 more up here. And remember, I had to take them away from over here, so they're not going to be there anymore. So now let's count up how many. Remember, this is now a big group of 10. How many groups of 10? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 10s, and let's figure out how many ones I've left. For those are all a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ones, 75. Did you get that correct? Did you try to solve it a different way? It's okay if you did. All right, now we're down here with this one. Jenny got 53 points in her first card game. She got 38 points in her second card game. What is the total number of points that she got? 53 plus 38. How are you going to go about solving it? I'm going to use this down here to have a number line. I'm going to start with 53. Now I need to jump to make the next friendly number, which is going to be, I'm at 3, it's adding 7 more, which is going to get me to 60. Now, so I took 7 away from that, putting me at 31. Now I have 30 that I can jump, so big jump. So right here was 30. And let's count up from 60 to get to 30. 60, 70, 80, 90. And then I have 1 left over, which is going to put me at 91, which is option C. There we go. Did you get that problem that way too? All right, now I want you to practice these problems independently. I'll post these problems in the Google Classroom so you can look at them. But remember, I just need to see your work on a sheet of paper and your answers. You don't have to rewrite all the problems, but just show me your work. But while we're sitting here, I will read you all of these problems so that I know that you can read them when it's time for you to get to work. So let's start with number 1. Which addition problem shows a way to add 78 plus 16? Circle all the correct answers. There may be more than one correct answer, so try to solve all of those to see which one gets you that same answer. Number 2, Joe did 36 sit-ups, then she did 27 more. How many sit-ups did Joe do in all? Circle the correct answer. Problem 3, tell if the equation shows how to find 24 plus 9. Circle yes or no for each problem. So as you go through here, figure out if these are correct and write yes or no. Number 4, each day Seth runs 1 more minute than he did the day before. Yesterday he ran for 18 minutes. How many total minutes did he run yesterday and today? Circle the correct answer. Miss Ames shows her students the problem at the right. What did she do? Explain. So You can explain this to someone at your house. Explain to them how she solved that problem. Now down here, find 47 plus 24 the way Miss Ames did in problem 5. Then use a different way. So you can solve problem 6 however you want, using whatever ways to find out your answer. Remember to just text me a picture of your work, and feel free to call me or text me if you have any questions on how to do this. Bye guys, I miss you all.